Taurus, how's it going, all my Taurians? Thank you so much for joining me this morning or afternoon or evening, wherever you might be. This is 8th house things. I do general readings, and usually I let the cards just speak to me and direct the avenue, or point me in the direction of what message. I let the cards tell me what the message is. It's never a thing like, oh, I'm doing a personal a love reading or personal life or work career reading. It just comes out and then, oh, that's the reading I'm doing. Great. So tapping into your energy, Taurians, I was compelled to do a reading right now, even though it's a Saturday and I'd love to be chilling. But I kept hearing, let freedom ring. I love that philosophy just for myself. Let's see what it's about, and let's see if the cards have anything to say about it. I am doing personal readings too. You can email me at mfirst@gmx.com and we can discuss your reading and take it from there. Alright, so for all the Taurians out there, and whatever you identify as Taurus in your chart, whether it's sun, moon, rising, whether you have a lot of Taurus placements, then if you feel like this reading is for you, then it's for you. Just want to do one more clean shuffle for you, Taurus. And I am using Shaheen Miro's, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, Shaheen Miro's the Uncommon Tarot deck, which I love. One more clean shuffle for Taurus. And let's take out, oh, I don't know why the 4 keeps coming out. 4 cards for Taurus. Oof. The 4 of Wands in reverse. The Magician the Magician upright, and then Death card in reverse. Sorry about that, because when the Death card came out I was like, whoa. Death in reverse, and the 4 of Swords in reverse. Let freedom ring indeed, Taurus. May I just begin by saying something has come to an end, Taurus. I mean, and it's pretty self-explanatory. It seems as though a relationship has come to its end. More than anything, it seems as though you are mourning. You are still, whether it ended now, recently, a year ago, 2 years ago, it would seem that you are still in mourning over the relationship. And because you are a sign that enjoys partnerships, you are a sign that craves knowing that someone cares about you, and in turn caring about someone else. You are the sign that is about pairing. Because of that, you're on shaky grounds insofar as I feel like you know that it's a good time to be alone, especially with the Death card, which is Scorpio energy, and we are all about, and Scorpios are all about solitude, and that's your opposite sign, right? So I feel as though it's a great time to be single if you are a Taurus, but that is not your nature, and it's kind of killing you. So these major arcana are also pointing to the fact that it's a pivotal moment in your life to embrace solitude. And even though the 4 of Wands, whether it's reverse or upright, it still means the same thing. It's telling me that being a singleton is just, it's rough for you right now, Taurus. Because this is not your domain. This is not your playing field. This is not where you are most comfortable. Kind of like you're feeling as though you've been stabbed in the heart. Death in reverse is telling me, though, that it's a transformative period. And it couldn't be more important right now to embrace this time being alone. I also sense, Taurus, that it was a long time coming. That's what I'm hearing, that this particular relationship, the most recent one that ended, because right now I feel as though I'm definitely speaking to someone who is single and who is still in mourning. More than anything, though, I think the relationship drained you. There's something about it that says it was drained, almost like it took the air out of you. It sucked the life out of you with this death card. Yeah, it just was draining. And it was getting more and more difficult to see the beauty in it. Because that's the sign that you are, right? You see the beauty in everything. You appreciate, you use your senses in a way that's appreciative of what they ingest, if you will. You are that sign. So when you stop seeing, oh, and I just had a glimpse at the bottom of the deck, which I usually never do, and it's the Lovers. Yeah, I mean, I can't ignore that, even though I'm not a reader that tends to look at the bottom of the deck. I mean, I can't ignore the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. So it tells me that this was something that you were destined to go through, this last relationship. You were destined to go through it. And it seems as though it's the catalyst to showing you how essential it is to have periods of your life when you're quiet, you're silent, and you're alone with yourself. Right? And I think it's an important lesson for everyone. But for you, Taurus, it's particularly important because you are the sign that struggles to be alone. You need partnership. You crave it. So we're still in mourning. And it's certainly has been a tough time, hasn't it? And with the Four of Swords card, you'll see it, but you know, we have someone lying down, literally almost defeated. And the Four of Swords did come out in reverse. And the Three of the Swords are like above the person who's lying down and pointing directly at him as though they are about to kill him. And then the one sword is close to his hand, but he isn't gripping it. So it's kind of like, yeah, man, I am done. That's how I'm taking, even though it's in its reverse, that's how I'm taking it. Like, yo, I am pooped. I'm defeated. This relationship was so exhausting. I just want to hide. I think the reason for its reversal is that there's a need for you to stay in that energy of hiding and kind of being in yourself for a while. You know? And I don't think it's a positive or a negative thing. You know, kind of going into hermit mode. I'm going to pull up some more cards and just... I do want to clarify that Four of Swords in reverse though. Something about it is telling me we need to know a little bit more. And the Magician card. Let's pull out 3 more cards. Actually 4. I don't know, it's just 4 is the number these days. Let's pull pull out 4 more cards for, yeah, 3 of Swords in reverse. The Devil in reverse. Wait, hold on. I'm going to do another shuffle because this is looking a lot like Aries spread. So I'm going to reject those cards that just came out and do another shuffle for you, Taurus. I hope you're not offended by that, but you know, if it doesn't feel right, like that was literally the spread I did for Aries yesterday. And we don't want confusion in our energies. And let's pull out some decent clarifiers, please. The Wheel, the Page of Wands, the Priestess, and the 6 of Swords. I like that the 6 of Swords came out. Yeah. This explains it. So we're going... Yeah, so how I was saying the 4 of Swords in reverse is neither positive or negative. It's just how... It's just where you need to be right now. You kind of need to be, you know, alone. You're not necessarily very sociable. You're just in a space where you need you time. And like I said, it's neither healthy nor unhealthy. It's just where you are and where you need to be, because the energy will essentially balance out. But it's a little bit of a murky time for you, Taurus. That's what I'm seeing. And with this Page of Wands in reverse, it's, yes, it feels like a murky time of discovery and self-discovery and kind of going on an adventure on your own. An adventure of self-discovery on your own. All right, just solo, flying solo and doing your own thing, but you're still in kind of a weird mental state of not really understanding what you're doing. Especially with this Priestess card coming out, there's this energy of like trying to trust your intuition, but you're not even sure what intuition is, kind of thing, you know. It's like you're trying your strengths and trying to figure things out, but you at least you understand that you need to do it alone. That is essential. And I suppose I understand why the cards I'd pulled out and rejected came out, because I feel like this is the collective energy for all signs and all people. We're all in a state of transformational self-discovery, and that's why there's so many, you know, major arcana in most of my, well, not most, but like definitely with the Aries reading too. I had so many major arcanas come out, and we have for you the Magician, the Death card. Sorry, give me a sec. Sorry, Aries. I mean, Taurus. There we go. So, what I'm, yeah, it's just with the Magician card, the Death card, the Wheel. Got a lot of major arcana here, Priestess. It's just very clear to me that a life you once lived, you're no longer supposed to live that life anymore, but you're not quite sure what you're unclear of your next move, right? And it's so telling that the way I've spread out the cards, the 4 of Swords is right above the 6 of Swords, which tells me that at some point we're bearing, you know, I don't even want to use bearing, we're letting go of the things that will no longer serve us. And a butterfly is literally flying over the 6 of Swords. And that's that transformation, right? So we know what the outcome is, but you're unclear as to how you're going to get there. But what I do know is that your goal is to be happy on your own. You're just unclear of how to get there. And if you're even supposed to be there, because like I said, you are the sign that operates and functions in a relationship. That is how you identify yourself. So it's just this page of wands is telling me, you need to create an identity outside of being the relationship person, outside of your relationship. And the priestess is telling me, you don't even know that you have, that you can tap into your intuition, that you can tap into the greater parts of yourself that are hidden from you. At least, or maybe at least you know they exist, you just don't know how to tap into that energy. That's what I'm seeing here. It's like, I know what I want. I want to be that butterfly that's flying over the swords, and that's that freedom that rings, right? Because let freedom ring. That's what you want. Ultimate freedom in the knowledge that you are secure on your own. But it's like, how do I get there? You also tend to stay in things that don't serve you, and this is what it feels like. It feels like you were in this for way too long, and that's that earth energy that you encompass. You love this stability. You're in it for the long run. You will beat the dead horse. You are that sign, Taurus. Patient and persistent. But it's hard for you to see when something is failing. It's hard to see when you're failing yourself. I don't want to say it's hard to see that someone has failed you, because I just am not I don't believe in the lie of finding happiness in someone else or with someone else. You have to find it within yourself. And if you find it within yourself, no one could ever possibly fail you or disappoint you, right? You're responsible for your own happiness. And it's up to you, Taurus, to finally take the bull by the horns. You're the bull. Take control of your life. Take control of your life and your individuality. It's coming through so strong. I can't explain it to you how strong it's coming in. Allow that wheel to turn. Become that page of wands. That fire energy that's just like dynamic and active, and taking an active role in changing your perception of what partnerships should be, because you cannot find happiness with being with someone else, or happiness in someone else. Happiness should start from within. And I do honestly believe that happiness is something that is attainable. And I know a lot of people are kind of disillusioned with that philosophy. They don't believe it's accessible. I think it is. Why are we not brave enough to see that, or to take it on? Or are you too lazy to be responsible for your own individualism? Are you too lazy to forge out your identity? Let's see what it is about you, Taurus, or what it is. Maybe it's an outside influence that's stopping you from, being and taking that bull by the horns that you were destined to. Let's see. Oh, I mean, look, I rejected the cards before, but here we are. The Three of Swords again in reverse, and the Queen of Coins again in reverse. Okay, that's it. So your energy comes out strong here with the Queen of Coins. And the question of what's been stopping you is, oh, again, very similar to Aries reading, but it tells me that you are very much about the things that are tangible. But as well, you're starting to see that that isn't practical for a life well lived. I hope you're following me, Taurus. So what I'm seeing with the Queen of Coins reverse is we have led a life that is very superficial thus far, right? And with the Three of Swords in reverse, it's a beautiful card. It's this person who is kind of reclining on a bed of mountains, and then the sky is just dazzling with this red heart that's kind of in the distance. So it says to me that we've neglected the soul. We've neglected the soul, which is everything, right? How can you neglect the very thing that you are, your very essence? You can't. At some point it will catch up with you. So I see here that it's the tangible things, the things that you could feel, see, touch, that always appealed to you, and that had greater precedence for you in your life. And we neglected the soul to the extent that we essentially stabbed ourselves. We created our own death. We were slowly dying. You know, a slow death caused and created by our very nature, because it is in your nature to like things, you know. You like comfort, you like food, you like things, don't you, Taurus? And that resulted in you neglecting the spiritual side, your soul. How do you can nourish your body? You can make sure you have a great car and a great lifestyle, and you're comfortable, and you always eat well, and people think you're living this amazing life. But what's the point if you're starving your soul? And that's what I'm seeing from the Three of Swords. You were starving yourself. That's how you got to this point, where now you understand, or now you're trying to understand and trying to lead a life where you're responsible for yourself and your own happiness, and you're taking control of your own identity outside of being in a relationship. I want to pull 2 more cards and see. I hate to ask this, but I feel like something's telling me I should ask, what's the outcome of this period in your life, Taurus? I would assume that it would be a great outcome. I mean, no harm, nothing bad could ever come from finding yourself, which is what you're doing, or what you're dying to do. And now you have the opportunity to do it, because like I said, this is single Taurus. It's shocking, right? I feel like most Taurians I know are never single. The Empress card, which I glimpsed while I was shuffling, and I'm going to reject the reversal, because I feel like this is where we're at. This is where we're supposed to be. We're going to become emperors. We're going to become empresses, right? And it's totally in tune with all of these major arcana that are coming out for you. And we have another one in the Empress. You know, she's the ruler of her own world. She's divine in every way possible. So we're accepting and embracing a divine energy, an abundance that comes from the soul being nourished, you know, because all the things that you've been doing, I mean, it's admirable. You've probably worked hard to achieve the things that you've achieved in your life, and you are very much so deserving of 5-star meals, luxury vehicles, luxury apartments, and all of that good stuff. But, that's all great. And then you die. And that body that you prioritized over the soul is going to turn to ash and dust. So what about your soul? If we prioritize the soul, we get to a point where we are divine. This Empress card is stunning. As well, I see here there's an elephant in this Empress card. Wisdom. That for me is endless amounts of wisdom. And then I pulled out the Five of Cups, and it came out in reverse. And it's this highly emotional period of finding and nourishing our souls, finding your identity and nourishing your identity and developing your identity. And the murkiness clears. That's what the Five of Cups is telling me, that the murkiness and the uncertainty that usually came with being single will completely clear and evaporate, and we will stand in our divine emperor energy. You're on your way, Taurus. Just got to get out of this murky, unclear stage and take your time, but I know you will. It's one of the slowest signs in the zodiac. Thank you so much, Taurus. I hope this illuminated you, because it certainly illuminated me. Enjoy your day.